a little more cruiserweight. Shinsuke Nakamura goes to SmackDown, or stays on SmackDown, I think. Humberto Carrillo goes to Raw, another cruiserweight. A cruiserweight who they're probably going to job out from the looks of his face. He's a pretty boy.
Oh, yeah.
Ali goes to SmackDown, and Eric Rowan goes to Raw, keeping him away from Bray Wyatt.
Which is good for Bray, bad for Eric. But I'm pushing for Bray. Then we have the fourth round, and we got Raw getting Murph Dirt, Buddy Murphy. SmackDown getting the team of Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler. They really should have split them up and done something with them.
I thought for sure this was your perfect opportunity to split them up. Your one chance. Shit. They just literally that night lost the championships to the Viking Warriors.
Yep. Raw got Jinder Mahal. Nobody knows why anybody would pick him. SmackDown got Carmella. And Raw got R-Truth, perhaps the 24/7 champion. We don't know because it could have been lost between now and the 24/7s in between.
It is funny they split him up, but once again, Truth will probably be on both shows unless he doesn't have the championship. Which doesn't make any sense because everybody should be able to be on every show if they're after that championship. Oh man, I'm walking myself into a paradox here. My brain hurts. Let's move on to the fifth round.
Yes.
Samoa Joe's drafted to Raw. Yes. The Miz is drafted to SmackDown. All right. Akira Tozawa. Yes, more 205 Live for the Raw roster. King Corbin goes to SmackDown. I love that move. And Shelton Benjamin, why are you drafted at all? You're going to Raw.
Basically, can I point out that both Samoa Joe and The Miz got picked as fifth round drafts, but behind Ali, Carmella, R-Truth, Buddy Murphy, Humberto Carrillo, Cedric Alexander, Rusev, Aleister Black, Andrade. Wow.
Yeah, it's sad.
Just fucking wow.
It's sad.
Sixth round, we get Rey Mysterio on Raw, Shorty Gable, the stupidest name ever, on SmackDown, Titus O'Neil, nobody knew he was still wrestling on Raw, Elias, they dropped the shitball on him on SmackDown, and Liv Morgan, who I would have expected higher up because I thought they were trying to push her in a new direction, onto Raw. Okay, that's the drafts, Paystee.
Yeah, it's weird because they put Bray Wyatt on SmackDown, and the big rumor is spinning around is Liv Morgan's going to be doing something with Bray Wyatt on her gimmick change. I don't know. It's weird.
She's not.
I still think Bray ends up back on Raw. He's a Raw-style character. You know what I mean? The Red Show. But yeah, and then in between Raw and SmackDown, we had a bunch of superstars drafted off the air. I'll cover the ones that went to Raw, you cover the ones that went to SmackDown, and we'll move on from there. AOP was drafted to Raw. So was EC3, Eric Young, who is completely hairless now. He doesn't look, he looks like nobody. He has no discerning features, no facial hair, no eyebrows, no hair.
He is hairless.
I thought it was so weird when I saw him. I'm like, is that Eric Young? And what the fuck? Why would you do that to him? I don't know.
They should start calling him Rufus.
Sin Cara is still wrestling for WWE. He was drafted to Raw. The Iconics went to Raw. Sarah Logan, obviously her husband is on Raw, so that makes a little bit of sense. Mojo Rawley, I thought he was on Main Event. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, the Major Brothers, are drafted to Raw. And No Way Jose.
No way!
Was drafted to Raw.
SmackDown got Apollo Crews, who needs to go to AEW. The B Team, Drew Gulak, Heath Slater, Tamina, Cesaro, who needs to go to AEW. Luke Harper needs to go to AEW. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. Dana Brooke would do way better in AEW or MLW's new women's division, which we will get to later on in the story. And Drake Maverick, where I don't know where he fits in WWE or anywhere else, to be honest.
Honestly, I don't know. As long as there's a 24 championship, there's room for Drake Maverick in WWE.
Yeah, well, I still don't like that championship, even though everybody else does. So that's just me. personally.
It's so minimal across both shows that it doesn't really make a difference anyway. And now on to the unfortunate bunch who didn't make it into either draft pool and will not be used, at least for the foreseeable future. And of course, we're talking about names that are pretty obvious, such as the Ascension, Aiden English, who's been commentating on 205 Live, which is probably dead now, Alicia Fox, the Colons,
Drunk.
Lana was drafted to neither show. That's a good sign. Leo Rush, but he's been on NXT, and he just won the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Maria Kanellis, Matt Hardy, Mickie James, Naomi, the Usos. Hey, you finally did something about it. Round of applause for WWE, folks. Yeah. Ember Moon's out on an ankle injury.
By the way, Paystee,
yeah,
Ember Moon, while out on an ankle injury, is actually being a trainer at a brand new startup wrestling school. I do not remember the name of it right now, but so she is actually still keeping busy and being a positive influence. She is a trainer, a head trainer at one of the new wrestling schools. Between now and the end of the show, I will look it up and find it out for everybody because they're actually taking applications, and I believe there's 30 XOD spots available still, so I'll get that to you. I just remember it right now.
Let's sign up.
Go ahead.
Yes. Sheamus has not made the list, although he's dropped a whole fuck ton of weight since he's been out on injury, and he looks really good. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table if and when he comes back. Lars Sullivan has not been drafted either show after maybe making one appearance or two appearances ever.
Yeah, nobody really cares, to be honest.
I'm sure a lot of people are thankful. Nia Jax has been nowhere in sight and will continue to be nowhere in sight, at least for now. Jeff Hardy is probably hanging out with the Usos.
Nia Jax. And Jeff Hardy is in jail with both of the Usos, just hanging out there on their D-dub charges, passing the flask back and forth.
Yes.
They're having a little pruno, probably. Sharing a little pruno. Some of you folks out there will know what I'm talking about with the pruno. Those who don't, you'll never know.
Well, take a trip inside. You'll find out. Maurice has not been drafted. Paige has not been drafted, as she was the manager for the Kabuki Warriors until they became successful. And then she's been nowhere in sight since. And Ruby Riott will not be rehabilitated and ready for the bulk of 2020, from what I had heard.
I know, which is sad because I'm super high on Ruby Riott, and I expect so many great things from her. Paystee, unless you got something more to dock over, I gotta push us quickly.
Well, not on this list. But notably mentioned, Ronda Rousey has not been drafted to either show either.
Correct. And she's out making babies, as we know.
Yes.
All right. Paystee, it's time for the greatest show on earth in Impact Wrestling. Impact's Bound for Glory, and we have our predictions for the big show for all things Impact Wrestling. This actually looks like a really fun show, and this is one of the pay-per-views I'm excited to watch, Paystee.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, too. I didn't really know anything about it until you put it up on the page, and now I think I'll definitely be watching it. So the first match starts with the Impact Tag Team titles. The North, Josh Alexander and Ethan Page, the champions, taking on Rich Swann and Willie Mack, as well as Rhino and Rob Van Dam, in a triple threat tag team match.
This will be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, considering some of the picks I have moving forward, that I think the North keeps it. I've been impressed with the North. I know you've been give or take with the North.
They don't represent me.
That's what you say, even though one of them is Josh from the North. I can't see Rhino and Rob winning them unless they're going to win them and just be transition champions to build another team, which is possible. I could easily see Rhino and Rob winning them and then the Rascals winning it from them. I'm high on the Rascals, but get it? High on the Rascals because they're stoners. They represent Paystee very well.
You tell me Rhino and Rob Van Dam aren't?
I know, right? It'd be a whole fucking joint on a pole.
And that's why the North does not represent me, because you can't look at them and say they're stoners.
They're definitely not. But I'm sticking with the North. I'm riding this pony out, Paystee.
I'm on the Rich Willie train. Rich Swann and Willie Mack are going to take it.
Two greater athletes it's hard to find in a tag team, to be honest.
It's going to be a fun match. That's what I know.
Yep.
Then we got
that's a sentence. Then we have the Knockouts title page. You were having a hard time talking. I just wanted to fucking say it. We got Taya Valkyrie defending her championship against Tenille Dashwood, the former Emma, the Australian hottie. That's not a knife, but she is sharp. That was dumb. That was really fucking dumb. Really bad.
With the rumors of Johnny Mundo wrestling Nitro, not Moxley. He's every Johnny but Moxley.
Mundo.
With him going to NXT, I can only assume Taya Valkyrie will be up in the air as well. If not landing an on-stage role with WWE, landing something backstage, and being able to stay with her hubby. I think Tenille Dashwood wins the championship here. Because if she don't, she's going to AEW.
Well, Paystee, I think Britt Baker and Adam Cole would have something to argue with you on your logic there.
Britt Baker will be on NXT in the next year. I guarantee you that.
To be fair, I don't see Adam Cole going anywhere, so if one of them's making the move, she is.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I picked Tenille Dashwood. She's an amazing athlete. Taya Valkyrie is an amazing athlete. In fact, I would say she's a better athlete. But I love Tenille Dashwood. I love her promos. She has great in-ring work. She has great exposure. And Taya has been champ for quite a while, deservedly so. But, yeah, for sure. I see Tenille Dashwood taking it. If nothing else, because I don't know what Taya's contract is. And like you said, Paystee, with Mundo allegedly, asterisk, going to WWE, Taya might be leaving Impact.
Yes. Then we have a trios match, seeing the Rascals, Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, and Trey Miguel, versus Dr. Wagner Jr., Aerostar, and Taurus. Dr. Wagner Jr.? This is a thing?
Yeah, for a long time. I think when you think of Dr. Wagner, you personally probably think of Dr. Wagner Jr.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Wagner wasn't really in your timeline. That was like 80s NWA.
Yeah, but he's the one I think of, isn't he?
Level.
The one who
I don't think you do, no.
Right? With Kamala? No? Am I wrong all the way around?
You're wrong. Junior. You're thinking of Junior. Dr. Wagner Jr. is like 50 some odd, 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool to see him doing stuff still and with Impact.
Woohoo! Paystee, with that being said, I'm taking on the Doctor Squad. I don't know why. Of course, I'm a huge Rascals.
Radicals.
Excuse me.
The new Radicals.
Obviously, I know. A huge Rascals fan, but for some reason I just see Wagner, Aerostar, and Toros taking this one. Huge fan of Wagner Jr. and Aerostar. Don't know a whole lot about Toros, but I could see this being fine, and I could see maybe the Rascals just being too stoned to follow through with it. I don't know.
Well, I support my stoners. I'm going with the Rascals because I know you're high on them, and I'm high right there with you.
Yes, and then I'm doing a quick check, Paystee, to see if we know who the TBD is yet. But we have a ladder match for the X Division title. Jake Christ of OVW, who is the champion, defends his title against Tessa Blanchard, Daga, Ace Austin, and a possibly yet to be determined individual. I'm looking